Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition, take two. I recorded the first one, and when I was all done, I realized my microphone didn't work. So it was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be anyway, so I'm going to try to cut this one down a little bit, but there were a few topics I wanted to cover. So today, it was a decent day, not like yesterday, but you're not going to have days like yesterday all the time, which is the first topic I wanted to bring up. When I first started trading, 2013, I think it was 14. The first few trades I made, I was trading penny stocks. First few trades I made money on. Not huge, but I don't know, $100 here, $50 there, whatever. But the first couple trades I made money on, and I thought, wow, this is really easy. I got overconfident and thought that I could make money on every trade, and didn't really put as much effort into it as I probably should have because I thought it was so easy. And I've heard that a lot from people. I've heard from mentors that I've had along the way say that they would rather your first few trades be losers. In the end, it'll be better for you. Not necessarily in the end, but going forward, it would be better for you. And I'd agree with that. Which brings up my second point. Days like yesterday are kind of like the same point. I had a huge day yesterday. You see, today I came in, I bought 6 contracts at 63 cents. I had 400 and, right around, I don't know, not even $400. 300 and almost $400 in that trade. What is that? 378. I only had $378 in that first trade. The second trade I had $420 in. A lot of people, when they have a day like yesterday, they'll come in today and they'll buy 25 contracts. They'll go all in. That's something you got to keep. You got to keep that discipline. You don't want to. Just because you had a good day, you don't want to jump in and say, okay, I'm going to go all in today because yesterday I did so good. You still got to keep that discipline and keep with your system. Stick with your system. Stick with what gets you there. So, yeah, I had 3 trades today. They were decent trades. I already calculated it all out. I'll show you the spreadsheet. I bought Apple at 9.32 right at the open. Let's go back and take a look at 9.32. Just about the open of this candle. Just about the open of this candle, I bought calls. I added to them. I paid. Here's another something else I want to bring up. When you're using the Thinkorswim paper trade account, it's not always completely accurate. It shows here that I paid 63 cents. My bid was actually for 70 cents. I don't know if it does it because Thinkorswim paper trade's lagging. I'm not sure why it does it, but my bid was 70. So when I did my calculations on my spreadsheet right here, I put that I paid 70 cents. If I cheat, I'm only cheating myself. So I want to make sure that I maintain integrity with this system. My bid was 70, and maybe I wouldn't have got filled if it was real money. I can't really say that. There's no real way to say that. I think I would have, but it filled at 63. So it shows that my profit's a lot bigger than it actually is. It shows I made $121 on Apple today. I didn't make quite that much. I've traded Apple twice, and total for the day, I made $74 on it. So, anyway, I bought Apple calls at 9.32, added to them. No, I didn't add to them. Okay. Bought them at 9.32, sold half at 9.33. Yeah, right towards the open of this candle. Sold half up here. Shortly after this candle opened, I bought in. I'll show you where I bought in and why I bought in. Yeah, let me go back. We had a good big day on Apple yesterday. Big day. Came up here pre-market. We came up close to the after hours highs. It was holding these highs pretty good. So I was looking for it, and I expected more than what we actually got, but it was holding this level here pretty good. And this candle here, no, it wasn't a bullish engulfing candle, but it was still a little bit bigger candle, a little bit of a pop-up right at the open. So I bought calls. I waited till I saw what happened here. It came down, and then it started to come back up, and that's when I jumped in. So I bought them probably about here. I sold half of them up here at 9:33. So right after this candle opened, it opened here, and it popped up a little bit, and I sold half because we had a pivot point here. Sold half of it for 80 cents. I held the other half. We started pulling back down. I sold it at 9:34. So shortly after this candle opened, I think it was actually when it broke below this 21 or below this cloud, I sold it. I didn't wait till the candle closed because I didn't want to. My break even was my stop. I did a market sell. It got out at 67, so slightly under what I paid because I'm basing it off of me paying 70 cents. So on that particular trade, I only made $18, 4.28%, $18. But it's not a loss. So go back over and look at Nvidia. That was my next trade. I bought Nvidia calls at 9:38. So we're not even 10 minutes in, and I'm already on my second trade. It's not necessarily a good thing, but it worked for me. So 9:38, right after this candle opened, we popped above the cloud. I went ahead and bought. We popped above the cloud and above pre-market highs, so I went ahead and bought 3 contracts at $1.40 each. I sold the first one 1 minute later at $1.97. That would have been at 9:39, which would have been the close of this candle. I meant to sell 2 contracts. I sold $1.97. I wanted to sell 2 contracts, so I instantly put another sell order for the second one and sold it for $1.99. So I got rid of 2 contracts. I had 1 left, and that one I sold at $1.36. Break even was my stop. I sold it at 9.50, which was over here, right about when it broke through the cloud. It hit my entry, and I stopped out on the last contract. In the end, it would have been, I don't know if I would have really fared that much better if I would have held, but I could have got back up to those highs again. But anyway, that was a pretty good trade. Worked out. It was 26.6% overall. Made $112 on that trade, and these are not counting commissions. So 26% on that trade. You see, I got in at $1. Well, let me back this up. This is another one. My actual entry, I think I have to recalculate that. This was another. My actual entry is $1.60. I put a bid in at $1.60. I got filled at $1.40. So that is wrong. I have to recalculate that. It wasn't 26%. I didn't make that much. So 136 plus 199 plus 197 minus 480 divided by 480. I made 10.8%. So yeah, big difference. But I think it was 10.88. That's what it was. But I'm going to be realistic on here. 10.83. I'm going to be realistic on here. I'm not going to cheat myself. So I made 10.83%, which would be, so this was actually $1.60. So I made 17 cents per contract, 3 contracts. I made $51. Okay, so I made 51 on that one. Let's go to the third trade. The third trade was back to Apple again. I bought Apple at 10.12. So I bought Apple at 10.12, which was right after this candle popped. Basically the open of this candle. Bought it at the open of this candle, and this entry was pretty accurate. There wasn't any really any lag in it by then. It might have been a penny. So I entered at 92 cents. I bought 5 contracts of $460, something like that. 10.12. I added to it at 10.15, and I paid 70 cents. I paid 92, then 70. I only added 3 contracts the second time. So let me go back again. Initially bought at 10.12, added at 10.15. So I bought right at the open of this candle, added to it at the open of this candle. My average was 84. I sold the first half. I had 8 contracts now. Sold the first half at 10.21 for 95, which was right at the top of this candle here, right at the open of this candle. I sold half of them, and then the other half I had set for break-even sell, or not set, just mentally break-even sell. And my entry was 84, so I stopped out when they started coming down at 87 cents. At 10.22, I stopped out, which was right after the open of this candle. So that trade ended up being $56 winner. I had 8 contracts, made 7 cents per contract. So 7 cents, for those of you new to options, is $7 per contract. So made $56 on that. So in the end, I'm up 125 today, minus fees. Which brings me another point. Thinkorswim paper trade calculates in your fees automatically, but they calculate them based off of, I don't know what it is, $4.95 a trade. I'm not real sure what they do. If you look, and I had some slip, I will call it slippage. Slippage here due to lag, whatever it was, of 20 cents per contract, 3 contracts. So I actually made $60 less than what Thinkorswim shows on that one. And on this one, I made, remember my actual entry on Thinkorswim is 63, so I made 42 less here. So 60 and 42 is $102. So I came in here and I subtracted $102 from my P&L. If you come over here, you actually take $102 off of this, and that's what I made today. So I'm up $129 today. The way you do that, you can come in here. What I did was I took what my balance was here, 1835. It was 19 something. I subtracted 102. Come over here to adjust account, highlight this, put whatever number you want in there, 476, whatever, hit enter, and then you hit apply, and it'll change it to whatever number that you put in there. So I did that so that this balance reflects an actual accurate balance. This number is not accurate because you have to subtract $102 from there. So yeah, anyway, Thinkorswim paper trade calculates in fees, but they calculate the default fees. I don't pay the default fees because I'm a high volume trader, so I get a little bit better deal on my pricing. But I'm going to leave that in there because I know there's a little bit of inaccuracy, so I'm not going to come in and recalculate this because of fees. So whatever it is, I'm going to go with that. My actual profit's probably slightly higher than what this is, but I'd rather be on the conservative side of it. So these are my trades since I started Monday, since I started this $1,000 account. Made 13% on Netflix Monday, made 5% on Boeing Monday. Tuesday I lost 16% on Nvidia and 12%, 11.5% on Roku. Wednesday I made 134% on Boeing and 44% on Apple. Today I made 4% on Apple, 10% on Nvidia, and 8% on Apple again. So my average profit is 31.5% per win. My average loss is 14.09% per loss. My P&L is $937 profit in 4 days. I don't expect this number to stay there. I expect it to drop, and I expect this one to go up a little bit. It's kind of weighted heavily because of these two trades right here yesterday. Those were more the exception than the rule. You won't see that all the time. And with such a small such a small sample size, when you have two large numbers like this, it's going to skew it quite a bit. I expect this number to be closer to maybe 23, 25 maybe, and this one will probably be closer to 20. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's what I kind of expect it to be, but we'll find out. So that's about it for today. Like I said, I wanted to touch on your fill prices with the paper trade account. They're not always accurate, so keep an eye on that and don't cheat yourself. The other one is the fees in the paper trade account, the way it calculates them. The third thing is be mindful of the risk after you have a good day. Good day yesterday, I could have came in today and said, oh, I'm going to go all in on my first trade because it would have worked out. But I mean, yeah, if I would have went all in on my first trade, it still would have worked. I made 4%. I had $1,700, 18, whatever it was. Still could have made $80 or something on that first trade, but it would be foolish to do something like that. So I'm going to try to keep my trades $600 max, maybe $700 for now, and once I build the account up, then I'll trade it or I'll change it. So that's it for today's video. I don't want to make this too long, but 3-0 today, 3 small winners, nothing huge. $125 of profit. $125 of profit, not counting fees. Probably up about $117. Probably a little less than that, 113 maybe net on these, based off of what I pay. So anyway, it is what it is. 3 out of 4 days this week I was green. I don't know if I'll trade tomorrow. We'll see. If you don't get a video from me tomorrow, it's because I didn't trade. I'm off work tomorrow. I have things to do. I don't know if I'll be home. I don't know if I don't know what I'm gonna do. But if you don't get a video from me tomorrow, it's because I didn't make a trade. So thanks for watching, and if I don't make a video tomorrow, I'll get one out to you Monday. Thanks. Bye.